morning you guys, it's Karen and today I'm talking about 2020 hair favourites. So I've got shampoo, conditioner, styling products, styling tools, a bit of everything to talk about. You can probably see that my neck is a complete mess. This is due to fragrance. It's the only thing that I changed in my routine. Was I was sent a product with fragrance in it. It was a hyaluronic acid and it had fragrance in it, and I used it a couple of times. Didn't feel any irritation from using the product, but when I used my lactic acid, the same one as I always do from The Ordinary, and I always use it on my neck with no issues whatsoever, this happened. So it's a great example of how bad fragrance is for you. It's not that you can necessarily see damage, the same as you can't see damage with smoking, but there's damage going on, and it means that it has potentially sensitized me to my lactic acid. So when something like this happens on my neck, which has really only happened in the past with retinol, I just cease any kind of actives, and all I will do is gently cleanse my skin and put some really hydrated emollient type product on it. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. When it's better, I'll test out my lactic acid and see if that is me sensitized to it. I know that my hair looks pretty crazy. I used this to curl it, and this is going into my empties and fails, so I'll talk about that more and why it's a fail in my empties and fails. But yeah, my hair just looks wild this morning, and so a hairband was really the only thing that would work for me. Okay, so let's get on to hair products. I'll start in the order you would do things. So the first thing is shampoo. This is my favourite shampoo find of the whole year. I don't know whether I actually found this in 2020 or if it was the year before, but I love the smell. I love the shampoo. I love how it works. I love the bottle. I love everything about this, except perhaps the price, because it's not, super cheap, and I use quite a bit of shampoo. This is the Fuji Green Tea Shampoo, refreshingly purifying shampoo from the Body Shop. This is as close as I've got, I think, to my Tresemme Deep Cleansing Shampoo, which is the one that I loved, but that's not cruelty free. This has got a great foam to it. You don't need to use an awful lot, and you get a great foam. It rinses very easily. It makes your hair feel really squeaky clean, but not to the point of it doesn't feel like it's weak, like it's going to be damaged at all, So I absolutely love that shampoo. For conditioner, this is my favourite just now. This is the Soap and Glory Get a Smooth On Smoothing Conditioner. The only thing I would say about this one is it works fine for me when my hair is this short, but when my hair is really long, it's not so great as a detangler. It's great for on the day you blow dry it, but the detangling would never last. Later that day or the following day or whatever, my hair would feel tangly. It would feel amazing at first. But with my hair this length, it seems to work fine. So that's my favourite conditioner. I don't have one for long hair. I'm still trying different products and seeing if I can find something to replace my Tresemme one. Did I tell you the name of that? Get a Smooth On Smoothing Conditioner. This smells amazing. The Soap and Glory, it's not that typical Soap and Glory smell, but the Soap and Glory range, there is another conditioner that I like, which is Pink Grapefruit, and that one is one that leaves a scent in your hair. I thought I would just mention this. This is the Colour Revive Radiant Red Super Fast Intense Colour Conditioning Cream. So you use it like a conditioner and it dyes your hair. I have never used like a tube intensely. I've used it as in I've mixed some of this in with conditioner, but I haven't done that for, I don't know, at least 6 months, maybe even a year. I don't remember doing this since before lockdown. But I'm going to try this, I think. I'm going to try and do it a little bit more intensely. That's often what I do at Christmas. I like to, have bright red hair, and so I might well try this one out. But I love this. I love the Osmo range of hair dyes. They've got the warm chestnut one as well in a different packaging, and they're really nice, and they do rinse out. I know that I'm back to my natural hair colour now. So this is my natural hair colour, and there's a not so great way of knowing that I can see my greys. Okay, for hair treatments, I've got 2 products here, and the funny thing is, one I would say feels like a dupe of the other, so you'll probably know if you've been with me for a while. So my favourite is this. This is the Olaplex number 3 Repairs and Strengthens Hair Perfector. This is uber expensive. I think it's maybe £26 for this, but I am going to order another bottle of this, and it's something I like to have because as soon as my hair starts feeling weak or damaged or even dry, even though this isn't really a hydrating type product, my hair always feels better after using this. But what I discovered this year was if I use this overnight, my hair feels amazing and it works extra good. It just, your hair ends up drying and feeling like you've got, you know, dry hair, but you wash it out in the morning. And so I really do like that. But the dupe is this, the Hair Boss. Now this is actually just a hair mask. So you wash your hair as normal, put this on, put this one immediately on top of it, and this is amazing. This just makes my hair feel amazing. And I have used this after using this, because this one, like I said, is more reparative rather than conditioning or detangling, whereas this one, my hair just always feels amazing when I use this. So if I've used this and I feel like my hair is still a bit detangled, a bit dry or whatever, this would sort it right out. So I absolutely love this, the Hair Boss. This comes from Superdrug, and this is actually vegan, I believe. So love that mask, and I did discover that in 2020, and I've got a backup of that. So on to leave-in treatments. You've washed and conditioned your hair. I have got 3 to talk about here. 2 of them are volume treatments. This one is fairly recent discovery. It's the Aveda volumizing tonic. This is a little 40ml bottle, and I'm up to about there. You don't need a huge amount of this. I was really surprised when I used this how much volume it gave me. I really didn't expect much. I don't know why. I think it's just because sprays have often let me down. I had been using quite a lot of Aveda products. I tried a lot of conditioners and none of them impressed me, but this was really good. And then when I put the video, not a video, a photo on Instagram, a hairdresser actually commented that he uses this to give good volume, but the other thing is it doesn't leave your hair greasy, and that's what I love about this. I can use this, get a lot of volume, but it doesn't, you know, in a couple of days make my hair dirtier, which is what I find happens with mousses. So I really like that. And the good thing is, because they do it in this little bottle, you can try it out without having to buy like a full size. So I'll try and link that particular size for you. If you aren't into Aveda, this is a more drugstore type product that is a great volumizer as well. This is the Peptide Volumizing Hair Treatment by the Inkey List. The Inkey List came out with that range of hair care this year, and I tried all of the products, and this, I believe, is the only one that worked for me at all. So the other ones just didn't do anything. I tried the vitamin C brightening product, I tried the hyaluronic acid, I didn't feel like they did anything. In fact, the vitamin C brightening one I felt like made my hair look more dull, but this one is really good. I don't love the packaging. I think they might have changed it now. I feel like I might have seen an advert for these, and it didn't have the same pump bottle, which would be great because I didn't like this at all. And this is really liquidy, you know, but it works. It really does work well. It gives you a lot of volume, and I haven't noticed whether or not my hair is dirtier quicker, as I find with mousses, but this has definitely got more, like you can feel more texture to your hair if you use this versus the Aveda volume spray. So I do like that as well. I don't know whether I'll repurchase this. I'll see what the packaging's like. Then the other leave-in product that I'm always looking for is something to help with that detangling and smoothing, you know, smoothing down. I get a lot of sort of hairs sticking up when I blow dry my hair that sort of look like split ends. They're not, but it's sort of frizzy, you know. So I like to use something to try and smooth things down and detangle and that kind of thing. And this is an oldie but a goodie, because I have tried a lot of products, and I've got one by Way that I think might be good, but I've not tried it, you know, just on its own. I need to just use that and see how I get on and see if it makes my hair greasy, that kind of thing. But this one I still love, and I have loved for years. It's the Morrocan oil, just the oil. It smells amazing. It's these Morrocan oil or argan oils always smell to me like being in a sauna. I don't know why, but that's what it smells like. It's that kind of woody smell. And I don't know where I got this small bottle for. It's just a little 25ml bottle, because again, this is quite expensive, but I'll try and see if I can find a miniature one. But I love the Morrocan oil. It always works for me. It's one that I can just turn to and say, yeah, I know that'll work. And another serum that I love is this. This is the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. Now, I did talk about this once. I don't know whether I showed you it in a haul or in hair favourites, but this is another one that's an oldie but a goodie. And when I use this, it cuts down on my blow dry time for sure. I remember actually trying it out way back when on YouTube. I actually, you know, used this one day, timed how long it took me to dry my hair, used the same products again except without this, and it took longer to dry my hair, so it definitely helps. And this is a great detangler as well, and I know that when I mentioned this, a lot of you love this as well. So this is a real old favourite, and I've got a good sized bottle here. The only difference between these two is I haven't tested the Morrocan oil for it making your hair dry quicker, and I don't love the smell of this. It's a bit more of a fruity smell. I prefer the smell of this, but they're both really good. Another product that I like to use is a night serum treatment, and this is my favourite one. It's the Charles Worthington Moisture Seal Overnight Ultimate Hair Healer. I used this just the other day, and it was before I had used the last bit of my Olaplex. My hair just was feeling like really dry, and I wanted to put something in before bed that would make it feel less so in the morning, and this helped. I don't think this is not a treatment as such, you know, that you can say, right, that's my hair now hydrated, or it's not like putting on a mask. But if you don't have time for the whole, you know, doing a mask or an Olaplex treatment type thing, and you don't have time to wash your hair even, you can put a bit of this into your ends, and the following day it doesn't feel greasy or anything like that. It just feels smoother, and so it can kind of extend the time of your hair before you need to wash it. So I love that one. And the final product to talk about is a hairspray, and it's this one. This is the Mark Hill Freeze Hold Extreme Hairspray. I'm so fussy with hairsprays, and I'd much prefer that I didn't have an aerosol one, but I don't use it very much. I don't like aerosols. It's funny because my nan would never let us use aerosols in the house, you know, and we always had to go out into the hall. It was really funny, like if ever we were staying with her. Anyway, that's an aside. You may remember I've always talked about loving ones that don't have a top. I just think it's much more convenient to grab it and spray. But the problem is that unless you remember to try and get all the dried hairspray off after every use, sometimes you can grab it and spray it. Let's see what happens today. Today it's fine. And it can, you know, go upwards or downwards or sideways. And I have been known to like spray hairspray into my eye, so you need to be very careful with that. But I just love this, and it really does work. If I want to hairspray something down, it works. But like I said, I don't really very often use hairspray, but this is, I mean, I've used enough of this. I've probably used half a bottle of this, and I will repurchase that. That's everything for products. There's still a few categories there that I don't have a favourite, so I'd love to find a heat protection spray that I love to use before using straighteners. I've got one by Philip Kingsley, but I feel like it makes my hair just a little bit too oily, so I'd still like to find one of those. I'd like to find something to hold curls in, you know, when you spray, when you've spent all your time doing your curling tongs, I'd like to find something that I can spray on that will hold them a bit longer. So on to tools, and I have got 3 to talk about here. The first one is my hairdryer, and this is the Dyson hairdryer, and I think a lot of people will probably wonder, is it worth it with this? And I think, I don't know whether they still do it on QVC, but if they do, I would recommend getting it from there, because you have the time to try it and then you can send it back. And when you're spending so much money, it's worth doing that. And that's why I ordered it from QVC, because I don't want to order something, use it and then be unable to return it, you know. But this has really worked well for me. But the interesting thing is, myself and my friend got this at about the same time, and she likes it, but she doesn't think it's worth the money. She finds that her hair is a little bit straighter. She wanted her hair to be straighter and smoother because she spends a lot of time straightening it. But other than that, she likes it, but like I said, doesn't think it's worth the money. For me, what I find with this is it dries my hair quicker, and I've got very thick hair. So has my friend though. She didn't find that it cut down her blow dry time, but for me, it definitely does. I am still amazed. I use this and I'm like, okay, that's my hair dry. I don't understand. Like it's super quick. This for me has really cut down on blow drying time. It doesn't make my hair any smoother. I still notice the sort of frizzes when I use this. And I think that's probably to do with my method, because I don't use a brush like this and blow dry like this. I just sit and do this, and sometimes I'll put my head upside down if my neck's not too sore or anything, you know, and I literally sit and just use my fingers. And so I'm probably directing the cuticles the wrong way, you know, and that's how I end up with all these frizzes. It's just my preferred way to dry my hair, and then when it's dry or 80 to 90% dry, then I'll style it. But I do love this, and I am really glad I've got it. Would I repurchase? I don't know, because it's a lot of money, and I wouldn't, it's a lot of money to me, you know, and so to me it's kind of a one-off purchase, and I don't know whether I would or not. Hopefully I won't have to think about that for quite some years. Then my favourite styling tool is still this. This is the Babyliss Big Hair 50mm, this one is, but do you remember I compared this with the Revlon one this year? I have used the Revlon one a lot since, because it's more powerful and it's a blow dryer, whereas this one isn't a blow dryer, it's a styler, you know. So with the Revlon one I would use it when would I use it? I would use it when my hair was wetter, if I didn't want to be using my hairdryer for some reason. But I've used it less and less recently, because the moment I got this out and went, right, let me swap back to my Babyliss one, I prefer the finish with this. I prefer the finished look with this. It just makes it look so lovely and bouncy. And so I use my Dyson until my hair is probably 90% dry, and then I'll just use this to finish off the style, and it always looks lovely. So I love that. And that is, I bought a new one this year. And then finally onto curling tongs. And again, I did that video comparing all of the different curling devices that I had for my hair, because I tried a few this year. I got the the Jinri automatic curling tong, which I really liked and still do like. I got the one that I mentioned at the beginning, this one that you just stick your hair in like that. I got some rollers. I tried a few different things, but I have to say this, if I had to take one, it would still be this, and this is the GHD Curve. And I have had this for quite a few years and it still works perfectly. I love that it's got a clip. You know, if you are like me, don't want to have a clipless tong, because that seems to be what most of them are, this one is brilliant. It's great for thick hair. You can do, you know, I can do a full curl with this, but I can also do that sort of beach wave. And so this is my most versatile one. And also this one seems to hurt my joints the least. Like I said, I do still like that automatic curling tong if I'm looking just for curls. I wanted to try this one this morning to really see what I thought. And I like that other one because it's quite a sort of a lazy way. It is and it isn't, because you have to hold it while it twists the hair. Whereas this one, I think because my arms are always moving, it feels less sore on my joints. But I just love this, and this is the one that I would choose, the GHD Curve. I feel really lucky to have all these really good things, you know. Like I remember a time where I would have just lusted after any kind of GHD product. Like I remember the first person that told me they had a GHD straightener and I should try one, and I was like, oh, I couldn't afford that, you know. So I do feel really lucky to have those. I don't have a straightener to talk about because I have got a Babyliss one which I like, but it's just so heavy. I've got a Cloud 9 one which I noticed recently is pulling on my hair. So I don't know if that's just because I do feel like my hair is dry, so that might be nothing to do with the straightener, it might be more to do with my hair. I hate this little cow flick that's going on here, because my friend's got a Cloud 9 straightener and she's still loving that. I'm wondering about trying a GHD again. I looked at the cordless ones. There's one by Dyson, but the Dyson one, the reason I don't like that is I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you cannot, once the charge runs out, you can't plug it in and use it, and that would just drive me bananas, because I don't know how long it takes me to straighten my hair. I don't think it takes very long, but some people are saying the charge doesn't last very long. And if you can't then plug it in and use it, that would drive me crazy. Then I considered the Babyliss one, but what my problem with that is it's still £150 and there's nowhere that you can buy it, try it, and if it doesn't work for you, send it back. And so it's just not money I'm prepared to waste, if that makes sense. But just in general, I don't have a favourite straightener, so I would love to hear any recommendations from you. What is your favourite straightener at the moment? I really feel like I would like to treat myself to a new one in the new year. So that's everything for hair. It's been an interesting year for me with my hair, because obviously I didn't cut my hair no, I didn't have a haircut during the whole of lockdown, but I cut my own hair because I had gone for a haircut just before lockdown. So I'd had a haircut in January and I didn't like the way she cut it. It was very, it was in a bob, but the bits here were sort of flicking up and I wanted it shaped around at the sides. And so I cut it. I watched loads of videos and cut it myself. And then I did it again during lockdown and I really liked the result. By the end of lockdown, my hair was quite long, and I remember doing a video where I had done sort of beach waves and I clipped up the side of my hair and I really liked it. You guys commented how lovely it was. And then I went and got a haircut, and she cut way too much off. Do you remember? It was just, she said, oh, I thought because you said you hadn't had your haircut since before lockdown that you needed a lot cut off. So that has been a bit of a disaster. But overall, it's been a good thing because it has shown me that I do want my longer hair. I am now growing my hair out, and I really liked it at that length. And so at least I've had the opportunity to try it, if that makes sense. I just need to now be patient and wait for it to grow out again. So yeah, that's everything from me today. I hope that you enjoyed that. Hopefully you will see me again soon. I'm having a random good couple of days, but that's how things go with this migraine, and I talk about that more over on Life as a Zebra. But thank you so much for bearing with me, and I hope that you have an amazing Christmas and New Year, and I'll speak to you again soon.